Happy What If Wednesday to every single one of you guys. We have episode 5 to talk about. What If Zombies, the brand new Marvel Studios animated show, is back with the zombie episode a lot of us have been looking forward to, especially me, because I'm one of the people that really adore the Marvel Zombies comics. So I was interested to see how they were going to bring this all to life, and in general, I was very satisfied with this episode. But again, I was so sad when it ended because I just wanted more. Every time I'm watching these episodes, I'm like, all right, I'm loving this, and then it ends, and I'm like, no, I just want more. And if you guys are feeling that same way, you guys are in the exact right place, because every Wednesday we are here talking Marvel What If, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking Marvel Studios, and just in general being geeks with all one another on these days. It's going to be a great discussion down below, so let's leave it, and let me know what your favorite zombie Marvel character was this week. I thought this was a pretty interesting episode. And overall, we got a lot of cool different things to talk about, and I'll probably miss some things, but overall, the thing that I really dug about this episode was the fact that it took vibes from like other sort of horror-like things. Like, I kind of got vibes of Resident Evil, Walking Dead, Dawn of the Dead, of course, and they really mixed all those vibes really well. Like, Sharon Carter kind of was holding herself like the Jill Valentine of the group. I even liked how it was a gory episode. I mean, take away the red blood, there was people getting slashed in half, heads cut off, ripped off, eaten. It was bonkers. But I also like how this episode took place right after Thor Ragnarok, which we did not see Thor. They definitely needed Thor. But if we're putting this all into perspective, where they were, Hulk was being sent down because of Thanos destroying all of Asgard up there. So they have their own stuff going on, and of course by the end of this episode we see zombie Thanos, which just makes it like, that's not a good tidbit to go into everything. But I really like how this episode starts off right at the beginning of Infinity War, where Bruce Banner lands, and then he looks, and where is everybody? I haven't been here for a while now. I haven't been here since Age of Ultron, and it was interesting to see how the parallels and the differences of there, because of course the Black Order arrives, and then of course Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Wong show up, but it's not them, it's the zombie versions of them. And it was exciting, it was different, and I liked the vibe that they kind of brought into there and the intenseness of it all. And again, as someone who just loves zombie stuff, I actually really dug the homages to a bunch of those different things. And of course, then Wasp comes in and shreds them to pieces and then saves Bruce Banner and brings him into the fold, you know. And then you have Bruce Banner, Happy Hogan, Spider-Man himself, which I really loved having Spider-Man in here interact. And one of the big tidbits in here is when he's talking about everyone that he's lost in his life, and he mentions Uncle Ben, which we have not heard in the MCU yet. And now I know this is an alternate universe, yada, 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 yada. I really like that. It kind of just made me smile. I'm like, oh, Uncle Ben, you said it. You said it, man. But having this group, you know, you also have the Winter Soldier Bucky. You have, again, I liked how Happy Hogan had the Iron Man gauntlet. And it was really, and Okoye, too. It was just a really big smile on my face to see this group working together and being like the last hope for humanity. And no pun intended, because Hope Pym was also there. But the thing is I was wondering, how are they going to bring this zombie virus to life? And the fact that it was because of Hope wanting to find her mother, and her mother bringing back the zombie virus, I thought was actually a pretty clever way to kind of intersect this into this entire world and fit it with inside the MCU. Because the thing with these What If episodes is, again, I've talked about how every time they end, I want more. But as the Captain Carter episode, I felt like that episode was a very bit rushed. I think some of the things is still kind of like in here. I think this could have been like its own little mini-series animation. And I know Marvel is actually developing its own animated studio right now. And I actually hope what they do is the best ideas and concepts from What If that they really like, or that they see that the fans are loving, that they take that and actually expand on it in animated form. Well, they still do the What If isms for season 2, and then whatever ideas they have next. But I also am wondering if any of this will tie into Multiverse of Madness. I know there's many rumors that Captain Carter is going to show up. There's many rumors that Supreme Strain might show up, of course, from the last episode. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see, like, I don't know, a zombie Captain America show up. That would be freaking cool. But I liked how the episode just kept going and going, and they really filled this episode out with a lot of intense moments, and who might die next? Who is going to be the final one standing? And as they kind of just threw this, they go to the train track, you know, and ta-da, Happy Hogan dies there, and then Zombie Hawkeye shows up, and Falcon shows up, and freaking Okoye slashes him in half. Oh, again, a brutal episode that I was not expecting that much darkness to it. I know we got last week, which was a dark episode, but it's a brutal episode, and I like how they actually played around in that, because again, with the zombie flare, you expect stuff like that, and they never shied away from it. I think this is one of the more fun episodes when we look at the perspective of everything going on. I kind of resemble this to being kind of like the T'Challa, what if T'Challa was Star-Lord, because that episode was just pure imaginative fun, and this one was kind of the same way, playing in the realm of a timeline that we know, but what if some of the most beloved characters in the MCU, and even some of the most hated, became zombies? And what if the zombie apocalypse is going on? And one of the freakiest things of this entire nature was when they get to this like field and Hope has to sacrifice herself, which was just very, very sad. And she saves the team. They go over there, they go downstairs, and it's Vision. And you're like, yes, Vision, he'll be able to figure this out. But we knew deep down this is not going to go the right way. Of course, we're wondering, why is Ant-Man's head cut off? Why is it just Scott Lang? It's a little bit weird. Bucky's looking for a way out, and of course goes down and sees someone, shoots the glass, not that, finds T'Challa with one leg cut off. Not great either. Brings him up, and we all find out that Vision has been feeding people to Scarlet Witch, who has turned into a zombie, which gave me mad witch vibes from Left 4 Dead. If you've played that game, you definitely know what I'm talking about. And I sat there going, yeah, this is a big no-no in my book. She comes out, and yeah, that was pretty damn scary. Kills off freaking Scott Lang's best friend from the whole security thing. Goes berserk on there. They all have to fight. Vision ends up just offing himself. And it's just a race against the clock to get into the Quinjet, to get that stone to Wakanda. Gives him the Mind Stone, and it's just trying to go. But of course, in the middle of this, Bruce Banner was like, it's time to Hulk up. And I thought that was just friggin' awesome to see Hulk dominate through the zombies, punching, fisting, and absolutely fighting off Scarlet Witch. That was so exciting. And seeing the Quinjet take right off. Wasp as this giant trying to stop them, but they get away, and they end up heading to Wakanda and saying that they are the hope for humanity. And of course, the episode ends with, once again, Thanos zombie, which is just, again, scary. Like Thanos with the gauntlet, with the Infinity Stones, missing the one. Not good. Not good at all. And that's where I want this episode to continue. I want the rest of this. And, you know, the Watcher mentions it like it's the end of the universe pretty much. But you want to see that continue. And that's where I do hope that eventually down the road, that's maybe what they do touch in more. Expand on this world more, expand on a different location of it all. That is what I would love to see from What If, and I'm really hoping they end up doing that. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on which episodes you would want them to expand on. The T'Challa one is one that I would love to, but again, we still have a couple more episodes left, and we don't know where it's going to go next. We're still missing Party Thor from the trailers, we're missing Killmonger meeting Iron Man. We're missing all the team mixing together. There's so many things that are still interesting. But What If is becoming one of the must-see shows from Marvel Studios. And just in general right now, it plays around with all the fun characters, and I eat it all up. I can't wait to rewatch this episode tomorrow morning, and as well as dive into more of the Easter eggs that I probably missed on this first viewing. And in general, just have a great discussion with you guys. So make sure to leave a comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week on Marvel's What Studios What If Wednesdays. So guys, of course, until next time, stay classy.